our request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so it is our blessing, Nigeria may be well.
Everlasting Father, we thank you, we give you all the praise. We thank you for the privilege of this day, for this is the day that the Lord has made. We are glad that we shall rejoice in it. We thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for everyone here present. Be thou exalted in the name of Jesus. Everlasting Father, the word says, without you we can do nothing. We start this program, inviting you into our midst in the mighty name of Jesus. Lord, as we start, be our Alpha in the name of Jesus. In the course of the program, be our Emmanuel in the name of Jesus. And the head, be our Omega in the name of Jesus. Lord, even as we are ending this program, Lord, we pray that this will not be the end in the name of Jesus. This shall be glorious in the mighty name of Jesus. Lord, we pray that every invisible forces that I want to hinder the smooth running of this event, Lord, we bring them into captivity in the name of Jesus. Thank you, everlasting Father. At the end of it all the glory will return unto you. Blessed be your name forever. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Thank you so much, sir. So we'll go straight into the introduction of the guest. Sir, please, I'm waiting for you. We'll go straight to the introduction of the guest. So we have Pastor Atom that just led us in the prayer as our pastor from Living Faith Church. Okay. You're welcome, sir. So we have Mr. Deni Omikole, the lead consultant of In Christ, in City. He has double on his own. I'm trying to. He's a powerful man. He's a powerful man full of creativities and innovation. We'll listen to him later. And I know none of us have met with him. Please, you're welcome. So, please let's rise up and welcome. We have a representative of our district governor. Director of ICT, engineer Mrs. Alamani Raposo. Powerful woman, the chairman of Aquel, Babashanta. She's a great woman, so you are welcome. You're welcome. So we're happy to see you in the opportunity. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us. Okay, we have this one of my great friend that just met yesterday. It was such an amazing piece.
I'd like to give you
Just watch out for what he does. That's what I'm saying. So we had the local shots together yesterday. When we were discovered, you have to come here. You have to speak to my people here today. We will just watch out. And we all know our great man here. Okay? Our community manager, Mr. Emmanuel. The whole Oyo State, the one controlling the whole Oyo State. The powerful man. So we are so happy to have everyone here.
Okay, so good to see you here today. I'm so excited to be among you. And now,
everything that you have done, you have been doing, now needs to translate into career, it needs to translate into salary, it needs to translate into money. That's the reason you all are learning. My name is Anup Kumar. I'm from India. Fortunately, this is the 9th year of mine in Nigeria. I stayed here, I worked here for MTN, Airtel between 2012 and 2019. I was heading the customer service for entire Africa, based out of Nigeria. I moved back to India in 2019, upgraded myself with the latest technology, with the latest courses of data science, machine learning, and always wanted to come back to Nigeria since 2022 after starting my own company. And God heard me and gave me a reason to come back. One reason why I wanted to come back, let me express it from the core of my heart. I wanted to get back to Nigeria for what Nigeria gave me in those 8 years. It is not about the money. I could make money in India as well, but I wanted to come back and give back to Nigeria, give back my learning, develop the skill, and do a lot of things for all graduates, professionals, together with Cecilia. And we have a long-term plan. We are expanding, and you will see the expansion very soon. And I really would like to thank Cecilia once again for inviting me to Nigeria as a board of director. And I already have a lot of things for you which I'll be discussing very soon, today itself, so that how you can grow, how you can expand yourself, how you can actually move towards the career which you have been dreaming of, and ultimately again, how you can translate all your learnings into financial gains. Because it's not just about money, it is also about emotion. Your career will impact many behind you, many dependent on you. Your family, your father, they have been dreaming of a good career. Your kids. So it's not just about money, it's also about the emotion that we will be connecting with your career. So we'll meet again very soon. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Alan. Just like you said, we meet again very soon. And we really appreciate you for coming back to Nigeria, to come and invest in Nigeria. And we have a lot to gain from you, and we make a lot of money. It's not about money, but it's really money. You need money? You really need money? Yes. I hear my people. I need money, a lot of it. Okay, while we're setting up, we do have presentation from each component.
Okay, before we have that, let's quickly welcome. Okay, so let's quickly welcome here Mrs. Adabanida, the chairman, April Emmanuel Shah.
Let me stand by the executive boss, Professor Shadi, our partner, okay, let's not forget because it's not good if I don't recognize the GNT community manager. I want to congratulate each and every one of you on this journey. You have succeeded in completing your courses, and this is great. I will tell you that you are on the right path because there are lots of digital transformation things that are going on now, and you have chosen the right path. So, congratulations to everyone of us. Please, can you please yourselves? I know that you are all from different professions, and you have decided to go through this process, this training. You have jumped the hoops, and I know that you are going to get there. This might be the foundation for some people. I can see some of my students here, some of our interns. The state government collaborates a lot with the federal government, and we are ready to continue to partner with organizations. We are ready to partner with HSPROJECTS Technologies. We are ready to take some of the interns to work with us at the We've had a lot to gain from our company, and I know you have a lot to also put together for the state government. So congratulations once again, and I wish you well. This is going to be the beginning of many things that we're going to do. So don't relent, keep learning, and the sky is the beginning. Thank you very much.
So his expertise and leadership have driven numerous projects, both international and local, particularly in collaboration with various federal and state government institutions and agencies. He has significantly contributed to several multilateral and bilateral projects with major international organizations such as World Bank and Africa Development Bank. His work has focused on needs assessments, impact evaluations, project monitoring and evaluation, and capacity building across various sectors. In 2012, he ventured into ICT field, starting as a freelancer under the name Live Spring Creative Studio and Adia Steve Studio. This side business eventually grew into Studio 9 that we have today, a registered creative design and web consulting agency. S9D mobile app development, corporate identity and branding, and graphics and print design. So his contribution to the consulting and ICT field are marked by his experts in need assessment, baseline survey, impact assessment, project monitoring and evaluation, and capacity building. So he's a member of the institution of Nigeria Institute of Management and Institution Management Consulting of Nigeria. So welcome to Mr. Adini.
Good morning, everyone. All protocol duly observed. I want to welcome you. It's a privilege and an honor to be here with you. People here on the ITF are strong people. So I think I'm privileged to be sitting down in your midst. You're welcome. I wasn't expecting Cecilia to go through all that. When he asked me for my profile, I just sent her something that I have on the system, and I said, please just extract those portions that are relevant for you. I wasn't expecting that you're going to start reading everything. But I'm glad to be here. I want to say congratulations to each and every one of you. I've known Cecilia for some years now, and I'm so happy. This is the first time I'll be coming here. I've been hearing about the program, and I knew when she started. And she had invited me like twice that I couldn't make it because of other pressing engagement. But this time around, I was able to make it. So I'm thankful to God for that. I want to congratulate each and every one of you. I know it's not an easy thing. When she sent me a text, she said that the people that attended the training, they are between the ages of 20 and 65. And I was like, wow, that's wonderful. So it's not just for maybe the young, it's for anyone that is willing to learn and want to key in into everything that is happening now going forward. So I want to congratulate you on that. I'm not going to spend time talking about my background. She has already gone through that. But if there's something I repeat from what she has said, I didn't start out as an IT person. You know, my field, what I used to do, it was completely different at the beginning from what I'm doing now. But somewhere along the line, I picked up that interest in ICT. You know, because I saw the way things are changing. And I realized that everything, in every sector, in every discipline, in every profession, ICT is becoming an integral part of the way things are being done. And I realized that for me to stay up to date, for me to keep with changing trends, I need to at least expose myself to ICT. So I dabbled into ICT, you know, and over the years I went through training just like you are just starting out. And I want to thank God that I'm able to do some things between then and now. When I started my business, when I left my organization, the former organization, I only worked for one organization. When I graduated, I joined the organization. Of course, like I said, was into development, project management, development, social development, we're doing training, research, and all those things that Cecilia talked about. And along the line, I decided to start out on my own. So when I was going to start out on my own, of course, I needed a website. So I said, okay, because I've always been an artistic person growing up. I love dabbling into designs and, you know, anything that has to do with graphics and all that. So I told myself, I said, you know, because as somebody starting out on a business, you don't have, you know, a bag of money somewhere that you're going to start using, you know, to start your business. I wasn't going to be getting regular payments again because I was doing a paid salary job for a job on my own. So I had to start thinking that as much as I can save in terms of expenses, I have to. So I said, this web design of the thing, I've worked with people before, you know, who designed website for my previous organization. And I sat down with them, we discussed the website design and everything. I provided them with content, and I understudied them, everything that they were doing. So when I started out on my own, I told myself, I said, I'm going to do my website myself. So I started working on my website. You know, at the end of the day, I'm going to do details. I came out with a very nice, beautiful website. When I showed it to people, now because I've worked with different bilateral and international organizations in that time that the World Bank, ADB, I didn't want to come up with something that is going to be looked at and you are going to say this is not professional. In the course of my working with some of these agencies, I've visited different kind of international websites. I know how the website looks. I just look at the interface, I look at the design, I look at the experience and everything. So I factored everything in when I was going to develop my own website. It took a lot of work and effort, a lot of studies, sleepless nights, but I came up with something nice. So that when people saw it, they were asking me, who designed this website for you? Can you introduce us to the person that designed this website or the company that designed the website? And that was when I realized that, okay, if people were asking me that they would like to engage the person that designed this website for their own desire, I could as well set up another business for myself. You know, I start developing website for those that are interested. So I would just tell them, I said, okay, you want the website, no problem. I can link you up with the person that designed the website. So that was how I got into designing websites. And then I had to learn different things, PHP, you know, design website with CMS and all those things that I'm sure you guys have been introduced to. You know, it wasn't easy, but you know, God helped me. And the rest is history now. That was like 14 years ago when I started this. You know, and all the way I had to continue to develop myself because technology, IT is a fast-changing environment. You know, things you just have to stay abreast. Things are always changing. Different languages coming out, different software. So, God has helped me. And I want to encourage each and every one of us sitting down here that there is nothing that you cannot do once you put your heart to it. Over time, the ICT business started growing together with my main business. And today, I work on businesses side by side, and it's been great. You know, in fact, at the point I decided to go online, sign up on some freelancing website internationally, develop greatest of portfolio for myself, posted some of my jobs online. And initially it was difficult because when I look for a job, people will look at my country, Nigeria, and they will not want to approach on the temples for hope. But at the beginning, I will tell you, I will design your website for you without collecting anything. All you need to do is just pay the money. If at the end of it all, I do a nice job for you and you are satisfied with it, you can release the fund for me. You know, and some of them took some ways. I get, you know, one job I got was somebody in Canada, another one, I think, I got the second one from someone or somewhere in the UK, and I did the job without collecting any penny at the beginning. And when I concluded the job, they looked at it, they said, this is nice, they released all the job. That was when I started building my portfolio. I don't 5-star ratings, because you get to put ratings, you get to put reviews and all that. And it took some years, I grew all that. So it's going to be like, Madam said, it's not a 100 meter dash. It's a long distance journey. It's a long distance route. You have to take it one step at a time. And one thing that has kept you through that I want to leave you with is number one, you must be passionate about what you are doing. Don't just think, okay, IT is the 80, okay, that's where you can make money, and then let me just quickly go and do 1 or 2 trainings and then dabble into it and all that. You must have passion for it. It's something that gives you joy. I've always been a designer, a graphic designer. I love designing things. So at the beginning, at the early stage, when things were not moving as fast as they should, or the money were not flowing in as fast as they should, my passion kept me going, because that was what I loved doing. The second thing is proficiency. You have to be proficient in what you are doing. You are not the only one doing this training. There are other people that are also doing this training alongside with you, and all of you are going to be coming to the same market with different skill sets and level of expertise. So you cannot rest on your horses. You have to keep pushing, learning. You have to be proficient in what you do, so that when you put something out there. I was competing in an international market, so I had to compete with people all over the world. So you have to keep that at the back of your mind. You can't just settle for the minimum. You have to keep pushing yourself. And finally, you have to publicize yourself. You have to put yourself out there. You have to network with people, because you let people know that this is what you are capable of doing. And you must work as a team, because most times in the ICT space, you cannot do everything. There are people with different areas of specialization, and there are jobs that you are going to get that might involve a little bit of everything. So you must network, you must work as a team. And I believe that if you do all these things, you are going to get to where you want to get to. I know all of you have different desires and goals, and I can only wish you well, that God will help you. You will get to that goal as you keep working, as you keep pushing. Once again, I want to say congratulations to you, and I hope that I will start hearing very soon of some of you. Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Absolutely, good to see you, and we want to be very passionate about it. I'm not going to do rosy at the beginning, but as you progress, I don't think it's promising.
Okay, I will carry over which I was speaking before we have our next speaker. As engineer Mrs. Adabadida, I have brief profile, so I will read it. Who knows she has spoken to us? Okay, engineer Adabadida was born over 50 years ago. So she's a mama. A graduate of electronics engineering, now director of ICT. ICT from electronics and background. From the great Lauteng University, she has a Master's of Science, a grade of Science, apart from the electronics and Geo-Information System, both from the University of Ibadan. She's currently undergoing her PhD research. Imagine, she did not stop. Grandma did not stop. She's still doing her PhD research. Okay, at the Department of Computer Science, University of Ibadan. She started her career as program analyst. Program what? Analyst in the year 2020 in Oyo State Civil. Environmental Management Project in 2024 as the Management Information System Specialist. The project later transisted to the Community and Social Development Project in 2009, where she became the project manager, monitoring and evaluation, and later the AG General Manager between 2020 to 2021. She's currently the Director in charge of Information and Communication Technology at the Oyo State Management Information System. She's a corporate member of Nigeria Society of Engineering and Computer Science. not do engineering, I'm computer science. She's also my campus. So we are included computer science too. Okay? Nigeria Institute of Electrical Electronics, Computer Profession Association of Nigeria. She is the current chairman of Association of Professional Women Engineers in Nigeria, Ibadan chapter, Ibadan branch. Okay, she has attended many local, international workshops. Follow her on LinkedIn with so many activities. I used to follow her properly. Anyway, this one is very yes. If she can do it, me too, I can do it. If she can do it, me too, I can do it. So that's how I was like, okay, don't worry. So she's one of my mentors I do follow it. When you see people, you saw something you like in them, follow them. It may be distance, you know. Okay, make sure you are learning something as you are going on. They have to because they have challenges. She's a mother, she has children. Nothing is stopping her from pursuing what she wants to do. Some of the women will relax. And this our course, we have no turnout of women. I don't know why we have to no turnout. Even in classes, we have no turnout. For the fact that we have children, does not mean we cannot do what we want to do. For the fact that we are a nursing mother, does not mean our career should stop. Does not mean we should not dream big. In the process of doing that, we try and be submissive to our husband. If they permit you to go, you go. If they don't permit you to go, you go. But if you have been nice before you ask for permission, they will grant your permission. They are the witness in the house. If you have been nice before you ask for permission, if you ask for permission, they will allow us to. So let's be nice. Okay, thank you so much. So we will welcome our prof. We will welcome our Professor Oshade from the University of Ibadan. Before you can hand out prof, where will you start from? Stop now. From primary to where? From secondary to where? First degree, don't say university. From first degree to where? From second degree to where? From PhD to where? We have post-PhD. Doctorate. Post-doctorate. From post-doctorate to associate professor. From associate professor to please let's appreciate our board.
Thank you very much, all protocols duly observed. But I would like to also appreciate the federal government's representative through the Ministry of Communications and Information, Digital Economy, and the PMDT team. Oyo State, ably represented, Board of Directors, and executives, you are welcome. And graphic designer, you're also welcome. And I would like to welcome the graphics guy with, I want to know whether you are authentic or not. Creative pen. Great. There's only one creative pen. And that one's a so many years ago, I got my first PC. When I was a student, we were using 5 1/4 floppy disks. I had an 8026 system. That was where I started. We were doing Fortran. That was where I started from. So it's a privilege to be here, to be at this level right now. It's been a long journey. Some of you are just coming into IT, some of you have been here before, but all in all, you've seen that rooted with one flavor of computing. You are going to many types, you're going to data science, you're going to cyber security, UI, UX, and so on, which is a good thing for you. As you graduate, I would like to point out 3 things. I have a stage, but if I kind of bring it, it might be boring or too academic. But there are 3 things that will make you an expert. The first one is for you to specialize. You don't become a jack of all trades. Focus on your UI, UX, focus on your DevOps, focus on whichever area, and then within that space, also decide where your interest is going to lie. Are you going to focus on agriculture? Are you going to be in the education space? Are you going to be in the finance space? Are you going to be in the real estate space? Because each environment also has its own stuff. For instance, if you are going to finances, you have to talk about PCIS, DSS for transactions and other regulations. So that's why you need to specialize. And like Mr. Bibule said, there are so many of you. It is the person who specializes that will be noticed. So, I'm talking about identifying your niche. The third one, the third support, we like 3A, 3B when we give exams. So, number 1C under our exam is you need to invest time. If I count the number of years, I don't want to scare you, but at least on this table now, at least you will see a minimum of 10 to 15 years of being in the IT field. So if you are just coming in, you know the number of years you need to put in. According to Douglas Maxwell, you need 10,000 hours to become an expert. 10,000 hours turns to how many days or years? That's 7 years. So you need 7 years of being in one field to become an expert. Can you dedicate that time? You need to think about that. Now, what you are learning today, number 2 is you must know what you're doing. You master your craft. Things will keep on changing. Are you going to stay with that old knowledge? When I started with Fortran, it was the best language, it was easy to program. We're doing for 1, for 2, and then we run the compiler, we get things now. Now we moved into Java. Because my strength was in Fortran, I wrote my PhD work in Fortran. But what I wanted to do the defense, I had to translate to Java. Now, Java is no longer the in thing, we're now into Python and so on. So, which means if I'm going to be relevant with my work, I need to move away from Java and start moving towards Python. Now, if you see, or if I stay with Fortran, I'll be the dustbin now. So you need to keep on learning. Learning will not stop. And then you have to keep on attempting practical things, solving solutions, so that you can use that knowledge for something you have done. I'm happy that you did some class projects and you are doing a book project. Yes, that is putting those things up that you can put on your GitHub for people to know that you are trying. But you have to keep on evolving and doing new things. The third one is the issue of professionalism. When you're dealing with people, a certain standard is expected. In terms of timing, if I ask you to deliver or we negotiate a time delivery of 3 weeks, don't come in the third week and start telling me there's no lights. It's not an excuse. Don't tell me the exchange rate went up. You need to be able to manage your time. And in managing your time, you need to be able to deal with people. Tell them, like they say, you should be able to tell them no in a nice way, and tell them yeah, yes in a good way. Because your clients, what they will tell you is different from what they actually want. And so you must be able to match what they are saying with what they expect. And that's usually a big issue for those people who are consultants. Your client is painting a different picture, you are receiving a different picture, and then when you deliver your project, the thing does not match. So you need to be able to communicate. And then there's what is coming up gradually now, what the issue of ethics. You need to be morally right in what you do, in how you relate, which means you respect boundaries, you respect agreements, you respect other people's opinions, so that you don't force yourself on them and over them. If somebody tells you you're working with a religious-based organization, you don't pull down that organization, or you don't, because of that, pull down or say something that's not good about another religion. You need to be able to be ethical when you relate with people. So those three things are key to what you need to do. Now, when you become an expert, as I'm talking about 7 years, because between now and that 7 years, a lot of things will happen. It is your ability, like I said, passion. It is your resilience, your ability to go on that will determine whether you become an expert. Now, when you get there, the benefits for you as an expert is that, one, you can dictate how much you are paid. When he was starting, he had to do it free. Now, he has been tested, we can mention a price. Yes or no? Yes. So, when you become an expert, you can dictate your own price and negotiate better. Now, when you become an expert, the opportunities that come to you are going to be different. They're going to have more value, you will gain, and the other person will also gain. There was one of my students who wanted to get a PhD position. And we had written about 84 applications before I got to one. And that one, we told him to come into somewhere in Europe for an interview for 1 week. So he got there, he came back, and then of course, we gave him the offer. And when I was going, I told him, ask the person, why did they come to Nigeria? The guy said, they actually called two other people from good programming countries, but he did not feel connected to them. So sometimes when opportunities come, don't use your own hand to spoil it. My student does not drink. He's a Christian. The people who was going to meet, maybe Christian or atheist or whatever, they drink alcohol. The decision to hire him was not made on the interview floor, it was made in the clubhouse. So that's why I say sometimes ethics, you need to be careful, don't condemn another person's view of life. That's their own opinion. If you can coexist, no problem. If you cannot, you can easily just back away. You also need, when you are an expert, you already have a reputation. People already know what you stand for, what you can do, and what you can say. Let me not give examples of that. And then the influence that you have on the industry becomes known. There are people who have those people doing project management. Who is the number one icon of project management in Nigeria? Who is the number one icon of project management in Nigeria? Toby Oluwa Toki Abi. Have you heard of Toby? She's the one that raised the profile of media management. When you are an expert, okay, let me now post. I taught her undergraduates and masters. So, when you are an expert, you are able to influence people. They don't have to do the same thing you're doing because they must find their own way themselves, or at least you made an influence. For those in photography, and anybody out of Emmanuel in photography, Emmanuel is IT with me. He finished from Polytechnic in Ibadan. Now he does what do you call it? Personal photography. That's what he does. So you take him and you book him for like about $1 million per day for him to take pictures of you against the backdrop. That's the only thing he does. Send drops and so on. So what I'm saying to say is that after a while, you will now begin to raise people. Cecilia has started. I know our boss from Abeokuta. Now she is now doing the same thing. That's the way it is when you become experts. For each one of you, the path you will take is going to be different. Because your ages, your situations, your economic power, your connections are different. So the way you're going to move in this tech industry is going to be different. So don't envy the person beside you. Take your own journey and move on. Now, the future, the oldest person in the class is 65, which means if we're saying Nigeria affects us and maybe we die at around 75, we still have 10 years to make an impact in the world. And of course, a lot of you still have so many years ahead. So you can't make that impact, you can't create the future that you want. I have a student, another story. He came to me begging for a 8-to-4 job. He said, told him why. He said, people think he's into Yahoo. That he works in the night because of his plans in China and so on. And then, but because he doesn't leave the house, he's having problems with his landlord and so on and so forth. Right now, he's living in Kenya. And if you follow him, his name is Biodun. He goes climbing Kilimanjaro and so on and so forth. But his life is fueled by what it makes from technology. He started with graphics and then moved to programming. He was NACO's president doing his own set. So there's potential. You know what to do. Like you said, you can't do everything. You need a bit of marketing, you need a bit of publicity, and you need people to support you. I know that if you are also patient, you will get to the top. The tech industry is big, it's large. You can and will be accommodated. So I want to welcome you and say congratulations to you as you proceed. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Prof, for that wise word. I believe we are picking things from them. Okay, so let's quickly have before our next speaker.
And good morning, my fellow 3MTT fellows. For data analysis, we worked on a particular project which focuses on internet usage among Nigerian children and adolescents. We took our time to look into the volume and how we use the internet. So for this analysis, we're going to be looking at the introduction, we're going to be looking at the objective of the study, our insight, what we found out, recommendation, and then finally the conclusion. So in 2023, National Bureau of Statistics, they said that 50% of Nigerian youth, Nigerian children and adolescents are on the internet. That came to us as a concern. If we have the half of the population to be on the internet, what are they doing on the internet? So we developed a primary data of ourselves. We sent out the form, we got the data set. We looked into Nigerian youth and Nigerian children and adolescents, and we looked into their internet usage. And we need to know that what do they do on the internet, what device they use for the internet, and of course we are concerned if they are on the internet and their parental involvement. So this analysis is going to be giving us insights to all these that we have just mentioned, and we're going to be highlighting the ways that probably we can improve internet usage. So from our analysis, as I've said, we got a total response of 555 from Nigerian children and adolescents, and this is called across Nigeria. So for the gender distribution, of course, we have 54% of our population being male and 45% being female. So moving on to the next slide, this is where the drama comes in. So we decided to check that, okay, we are going to be looking at their internet usage per time. So we asked them, in a week, when did you access the internet? Is it once a week? Is it twice? Is it daily? Or is it few times a week? And we got a response. And out of the response, okay, we said, if you make use of the internet on a daily basis, how many hours? Is it less than an hour? Is it 1 to 2 hours, 3 to 4, or 5 hours or more? So the thing that the paper that came to us as a very shocking is that we've seen 11 out of our population saying that they spend more than 5 hours on the internet on a daily basis. This has come as a concern to us as a data analyst. We're like, if these children spend so much time on the internet, okay, are their parents involved? And we found out that 56% of our population says that their parents are not involved in any way on their internet usage. There are no parental restrictions, no parents is looking into what they are doing. And we are saying, okay, if your parents are not even involved in your internet usage, okay, what do you use the internet for? What do you use it for? Is it for your assignments? Is it for social media? Is it for research? Is it for learning and the likes? And it came to us that the majority of our population says that they use their internet for chatting and messaging. And this gave us a clue that there are every usage of the internet focusing on social media and of course entertainment. And we have their research, their assignments ranking below on the chart that we have created. And we are now asking the question that, okay, you said you make use of the internet for chatting, you make use of it for your social media. Okay, which of the social media is ranking the highest for you? And we can see that Facebook is topping the rank. We are saying that Nigerian children and adolescents, they are spending more of their time on social media, and that social media is Facebook. So that gave us an opportunity to give our recommendations. Okay, this is a challenge. How do we tackle this? How do we go forward from here? And we noticed that we are going to be promoting responsible internet usage among Nigerian children and adolescents. This is going to cut across introducing educational platforms to them. Let them know, let the government create a sensitization around the fact that yes, you have the internet, yes, you are spending so much time on the internet, but we need to shift your focus from entertainment, from social media, to your research, to your homework, to your educational purposes. And we are also recommending that we educate parents. We need to educate parents on the risk
that is at stake, or what is at stake for children and adolescents to spend so much time on the internet. One of the, we know that we have sleep disorder, we have anxiety, we have low academic performance, because the time you are meant to go for your classes or read your books, you are on the internet spending 5 hours or more on a daily basis, and it's not anything related to your academics but for entertainment purposes. So we are going to be, we are admonishing that parents should be sensitized. Parents need to know that they need to be involved in digital monitoring and engagement for their world. Then finally, like I said earlier, that our educational system, we need to encourage the children and of course the adolescents to use the internet for the good cause, which is for them to aid their educational performance. So in conclusion, we said that internet is essential in the daily lives of Nigerian children and teens, and we see that it is being used for social media, and education and skill building activities are underutilized. We need to utilize this area, we need to use the internet for the good cause. And we know that parents plays a key role in guiding safe and productive internet use. We are pleading on parents to be involved in their world's use of internet. Then we are going to be supporting and proper monitoring can help. Support and proper monitoring can help children to benefit more from the internet. So we are saying that children, they need to make use of the internet for the good cause to aid their academics, and that is the dashboard that we created for data analysis and visualization. Thank you very much for listening. Okay, thank you. That was a nice presentation. Okay, so let's quickly ask somebody from cloud computing. I don't have a slide here. So how do we see it?
Developing an app called YaraPulse. YaraPulse is a retail software used for transactions. I believe we all visit supermarkets, retail stores, and when we get there, we buy what we want, and we get to the checkout point. The cashier scans our products, it shows the prices, and prints out the receipt for us. And when we get to the entrance, we will show the security guard the receipt before we are being allowed to do. So such a software is what we have developed. Now what we have done with this software is to now modernize it and put it in the cloud. What you have been seeing before is that those systems, they install that software on that system. If anything happens to that software, maybe there's a fire outbreak or a theft, they lose all that records. But now we are saying we want to put the system in the cloud. The owner of the system at any point in time can have access to the data about the transactions happening in their retail stores. So the cashier sits down, sells the products to you. The owner of the business might be in Ghana, might be in Kenya, might be in Canada. She will have access to the dashboard, the back end of the application, access it online, and be able to see what cashier sold which product, when was it sold. That is the power of the cloud computing, allowing you to have access to the application on a global scale, anywhere, anytime, rather than having to come to your store to check what has been sold. So the Pulse is giving you that flexibility. So another advantage we are bringing into the application is the access of when you want to set up a store now, and you want that software, you pay for it. Now, the concept, the basic concept of YaraPulse is that you want to set up your store, you set it up free. It is free. So how does YaraPulse make money? For every transaction you do on the app, that is what we charge for. So if you don't make sales, Yara takes nothing else. So the concept is around you grow, we grow. If you make sales, Yara also makes profits. If you don't sell, then you don't make anything. Which is different from the concept where you set up your store, you haven't even sold the product. You've paid hundreds of thousands of naira for a software you don't even know if you are going to make sales where you are setting up your store. So we are taking that risk, we are sharing that risk with you. Now don't worry, we set you up, we want you to prosper, we want you to be functional, we want you to profit. So we set it up for you. The transactions you make, the higher the transaction, the less the commission Yara makes. And so sorry that my system doesn't have the USB. I wanted to demonstrate what we have built so far. What I just explained like this, just simply it's a complex mechanism of a lot of software has to go into it. And my training is cloud, not software. I'm not doing software people's work. So it's a lot of complexity is required to actually finish and deliver this project. And from the analysis we did and market software, we found out that a lot of all these businesses, they will prefer something. It's because of price. Every business is looking at spotting price. A lot of shops that we see, they don't even have that system. They are using paper, they are using job ads to record their sales. So, but if we give them a simple, affordable alternative, we believe it will change the way they do their business and it will change the technological ecosystem of federal economy. Thank you very much.
So much. If we still have time, now quickly raise a name for you to actually comment. Maybe you will not show us later.
Distinguished guests, a lot to learn from them, from their experience. And it's always a mutual learning. Learning is a continuous process, and that's what makes you expert, and that's what takes you forward. Now that you have pursued certain courses and you have gained some knowledge, you know about these courses, you know about the skill set which the industry is required from you. But I think most of us, we may not be ready to enter the industry with this level of skill set, as some of our guests said, that the moment you enter the industry, you realize that after 6 months the technology has changed and you need to redevelop yourselves. So, I believe you people have pursued your data science and some other courses from here, and you have the basics in place. You understand what they are. Now it's time to gain that knowledge in terms of, or let's say, sort of on-job training, which is important. Because once you enter the industry, once you enter the companies, you will feel the real challenge. Theoretical classes, theoretical knowledge is good, you are preparing yourself, but entering the industry is your objective, is your goal. So now, HS Project Technology, now we are expanding with certain courses at different levels where you will be gaining knowledge from the industry experts, and we are setting up a state-of-the-art internship office where you feel the real challenges. Your challenges will be sorted out. So it's more of a practical training. We are adding to your existing profile, your existing resume, to your existing skill sets. And these trainings which we have developed, which we have designed, they're not just general training or classroom training. It's going to be highly industry-based training where you will be moving to the industry after acquiring this knowledge. As I believe in very practical knowledge, some sort of internship, some sort of on-job training, and learning from the experts, inviting the experts, taking you to the industries around Ibadan and Lagos, see how they work, what challenges they face, giving you 10 to 15 days sort of internship or feeling the environment of the industry. That will be the part of our training that we are starting now. So your level of training is over. You are welcome, and we encourage you to add the second level, third level of skill sets through the trainings that we have designed that I'm going to show you now, waiting for the power. So, your learning should be step by step. And you should not go for, you should not go for very, very long-term courses without understanding what they are, without understanding whether it's your cup of tea or not. You have to first go for a small boot camp. Try to absorb. See whether it aligns with your career aspiration. Else, you will waste your money, you will waste your time, and your parents will not be happy, you yourself will not be happy. So, it's always good to go stage-wise learning, level-wise learning. Go with short courses, spend small money, work on some projects, real-time projects, get them reviewed, try working for a few months in some companies, move to the next level of training. That is the ideal way of becoming an expert. I have observed that people go for training for 1 year, 2 years. After 2 to 3 months, they quit the training because they wait because his or her friends were joining the courses. Not necessarily. Your friends may have a different mindset. You will have a different mindset. So see what you are passionate about. See what your educational background is. See what your experience is all about. See your career aspiration. And that's how HS Project Technology will counsel you. We will not force you to do any code. We want to counsel you, we want to recommend you based on your educational background, your experience, your passion. And passion counts a lot. Passion may count more than your educational background. And that's how we are going to change the entire format of training. Not just theoretical classes and a certificate. No. The certificate may just not help you if you don't have the knowledge. It's very clear. You can get 10 certificates from 10 institutes, but if you don't have the knowledge, all your certificates are of waste. Hope you all agree.
Yes.
Fine. So, and we'll be sharing with you. Can you all see? We'll be sharing with you the brochure, the flyers, all the details. We have our own learning management system where you get 100% recordings. All your modules will be uploaded. You will have midweek sections to revise. Why? It's not that we train you on weekends or weekdays and we leave you. No. It is important for us to make you practice what we have taught you. So midweek sections, 1 or 2 hours, our mentors will align with you. So that you will say you are busy, you don't have time, but we will ensure that you find time with you. This is going to be very practical. So it is going to be a 360-degree transformation. I said 360, it means it's not just the technical knowledge that we are going to deliver. It also matters when you enter the industry, how you communicate with your stakeholders. Your business communication skills is very, very important. You may be technically very sound, but still you may not be able to clear your interviews because your confidence, your presentation, your communication with the stakeholders may not be well. So we are trying to club everything together and send you as a person who's employable. That's why we say it is business applicability and employability certification program. Can you put the next slide? So you take your time to read the brochure very carefully. I'll not be able to cover, there are 38 pages. I'll not cover all the pages, I'll just give you the gist of it. So it's called Business Applicability and Employability Certification Programs. Primarily, we are starting with 5 programs: data analytics, cyber security, web development, project management, and business analysis. These 5 are required by the industries and they will always be required by the industries. The levels will change. change, the technology will change, the modules will change. The names will remain quite similar to what we have today. As I said, it's a 360-degree transformation program. And when I say something, I can only commit what I deliver. Something which is not in my control, I don't commit, I don't promise. So, now what are we heading for? We are heading towards in-depth understanding of the subjects. Like I said, expert, we are moving towards expertise. In-depth understanding of data engineering, team building, as I said, it's a 360-degree transformation. Team building is very, very important when you are learning something. When you get into the industry, team building is very, very important. Meeting the industry experts, we will invite the industry experts during the training. Creating pattern. Why do we get trained? Why do we want to join the industry? Ultimately, we have to give solution to the business. Business is hiring you, industries are hiring you to provide a better solution than what they are getting right now. It means you have to add value to the companies you are moving to. Else, they don't need you. If you don't add value, if I come to Nigeria, if I don't add value to the trainings that we deliver, I can do this anywhere. It is all about you as an individual, me as an individual, adding value to the business to generate more revenue, to improve the customer satisfaction. And this is what we are focusing on. So, ultimately, what is the objective? At this level of your career, first phase of your career, or second phase for some, we ensure that after the trainings, you get a good placement. Now, when I say good placement, doesn't mean you become a receptionist or an operator. No. You get a job competing with people who already have 5 to 6 years experience in the market. That is the job that we are targeting. We are not targeting a job for 100,000 naira, 150,000 naira. Sorry. We are targeting a job, a high salary jobs. And that's the reason we are trying to give you internship, we are trying to give you on-job training, we are inviting you experts. Okay, so I don't need to talk about the leadership team, and we are adding more leadership. We already have many expert people guiding us, supporting us, and you will see more and more people of different expertise joining us. When we add more and more features to our programs, to our trainings, all the features should be guided together, should be have different forces. We have a very advanced level learning platform. Assessments. If we don't assess you, if we don't force you to get assessed, you will not learn. So you will feel that we are forcing you a little. We cannot leave you at your own throughout the training program. There will be some compulsion to pass these quizzes, assessment, practical projects. Industry exposure, very, very important. Post-training. What is the challenge we face post-training? There's nobody to mentor you. There's nobody to take you to the next level. If you join the course, if you join the company, your boss will not hold your finger. Trust me, your boss will not hold your finger because you're being paid salary. They expect you to perform from day one, but you may not because you don't have that level of experience. So what HSPROJECT technology will do, for next 3 to 4 months, we'll be hand-holding you. I'll be your boss. Outside, I'll be your boss. I'll say, he said, boss, this data is not working. I don't know. I said, don't worry. Go and talk to your manager this way. Go and tell your leader that, sir, can I do this way? I'll be guiding you externally that how to handle your stakeholders. So handling the stakeholders in the first phase of your career is very, very challenging. I have faced that. And so we'll be giving you support externally. And these are some of the differentiators that we are bringing in to enhance the value of the training. Post certification, you'll be having the learning management system. We are not asking you to do that after 3 months, 6 months. Why? Because you may want to revise the modules. You may want to practice something more. So you will continue to give you the learning management system for a very long period until unless you forget yourself. As I said, we will be talking on stages. Let's go level-wise. When you go level-wise, what is the best advantage? You're not paying everything to the institutions. You're paying small money, experimenting your life, experiment where you can digest these courses, and then move slowly. So we have made it elementary, foundation, intermediate, advanced, customized. Go step-wise. Pay step-wise. And read the brochure. You will get a lot of insight from these brochures, what we are trying to give you. We are targeting, these are some of the designations. Now, you may ask, Anup, how are we going to get the jobs? People who will perform based on the criteria that I've said in the training, we'll be sending you for interviews. We are hiring an HR person especially to bring jobs from the market. To go and talk to the corporates, what jobs they have, and we'll be sending our people for the jobs after your training, provided you meet the criteria of the assessments. We are not sending everyone, we'll be sending people who perform well in the training with our support. And you have certain roles in the market which you can read. Again, I'm not getting into the details. The pricing is very, very low. We have kept it in such a way that everyone can afford. Everyone can afford. We don't want people to say that Nigeria's economy is bad, inflation is high. Okay? No. That's the reason we have kept it very, very low so that everyone can afford these programs. We have also kept some installment system, part payment system. So, for instance, elementary course for non-NYC, I think all the people over here, what I have done, I've kept NYC 2024, NYC 2023, NYC 2022 and 21. I've kept special prices, discounted prices for these 4 years of graduates. 24, 23, 21, and 22 to share, if Cecilia has a group of yours, I will share in the WhatsApp. There's a link. You have to first give me your information. I don't believe in, any sort of registration without counseling. I want you as people call you. And then you will register yourselves. You will see FAQs, frequently asked questions. I've put in all the possible questions that you may have in mind, and I have given proper answers. In case I have not answered them on the brochure, you're welcome to ask in the groups, you're welcome to call us. We are very supportive, we are approachable. You must ask 100 questions before joining any program, and we are ready to answer you to all your 100 questions. Fine, so not enough of time that I've taken. Please, we will share the brochure, we will share the flyers, we will share the links, everything, and we expect you, and I recommend you, as your senior, as your brother, your friend, whatever you consider me, I recommend go move up. Don't be happy with one program. As Sir said, you need 10,000 hours to become an expert. 10,000 hours is not small. So move up. Go ahead. And HS Project Technology will give you complete support. Okay? Thank you.
My latest friend now. Okay, Mr. Isu. Let's hear from him. A businessman to be
Also have interaction more than those people. Can you tell me your journey, just in 1 minute, your journey? Just in 1 minute.
I'd like to tell you
It has been exhilarating, really. My mother is a tutor as well, so it's runs in my life. And I really love teaching. It has been great bringing this people.
Awesome.
Very interesting. I didn't know I would have found within a short period of time.
Okay, now, congratulations to me too. I had a tutor, I had a student. Now this is it. You are all powerful beyond measure. There is someone that is one of my clients. I'm always proud of her. She came to learn computer at the age of 69. I'm talking about Alaja Abolade Travels. I don't know if you know Alaja Abolade Travels. And my mom can use computer very well now. However, last evening, I want to say, I will just be like those old grandmas. You know what it means? Aside from the fact that you are having an expansive lifespan, because when you learn and you are a sporadic learner, you are likely to live longer. Because learning, reading is an exercise on its own. It burns from within. So if you like use 50 hours in the gym, you are only building the body. I'm not saying the gym is not bad. But you need to build the brain more than you build the body. And when you build the brain, you have the capacity to live longer because you know. So I'm used to talk about the things that have to do with thinking. And I call it thinking intelligence. I have seen different departments and with different values. But the question is, what are you thinking of as a person right now? Are you thinking of getting a job? Or you are thinking of starting something? Or you are thinking of living a life that showcases what you have learned in the world, in your lifestyle? Let me shock you. Technology, IT, anything tech is like water you drink on food. If you are a medical doctor, you need tech. If you are an accountant, you need tech. If you are a lawyer, you need tech. I've been managing NBA website for the last 21 years. And I can tell you that a lot of lawyers, a lot of old lawyers still struggle with learning tech. But the younger ones that went into tech head-on are really making a lot of money that they even forgot that following real estate has good money. The lawyer in charge of Netflix agreements, when you are about to register on Netflix, however you watch, you get 4.1%. You know what that means? So what I'm trying to say here is that your profession needs what you learn. As a UI/UX designer, as a developer, as a data analyst, but everything is a function of thinking. So in the semantics of thinking, intelligence, there is something we call the thinking types. We have the analytical thinking, we have the convergent thinking, we have the practical thinking, we have the critical thinking, which we are all familiar with. You know, by our economy, we are meant naturally to do critical thinking. By our economy, we do a lot of critical thinking. And that's why it is not safe to do critical thinking if you want to grow. You have to migrate to creative thinking. And that's why often in time we are consumers of what has been produced elsewhere. Both physical assets and intellectual assets, they have to be first produced in Silicon Valley and then shipped to Nigeria. So there is a question I want to ask you. What are you going to do together? Because if you can't speak together, you can't live on. Don't have ownership syndrome in your head as you are getting out of this hall. Have a partnership syndrome. Because you can't do it all. In your team, form a team of one. Okay, I'm sure some of you are sitting together because you are from the data science department. Some people are sitting together because they are from the UI/UX. No! I'm seeing like 10 companies here, 2 people from different sessions. And what will you do? Form company A, company B. Partner with your tutors, partner with HSP. Let them see you grow, let them watch you grow. You have a software developer, you have a UI UX person, embark on a community social responsibility project. One of the projects we have in your state right now that can be solved with tech is sewage control. So the software engineers here, the UI UX guy here, the data science guy here, you guys should come together, do a data algorithm of what you have. Just imagine that each household is paying your solution 100 naira per month. Each household, because you have provided a solution that works. And you are paying 100 naira per month. And HSP, I know, will drive it through my Oga here, Engineer Adabalija. I am very sure that the work will drive it home to the state governments. Don't forget also, if you can't do it for free, you can't get paid for it. I am being a volunteer for about averagely 25 years. I started my journey from Association for Reproductive and Family Health. When I came to volunteer, I volunteered for 4 years, then I was staff and I worked here 3 years. So if you can't do it for free, you can't get paid for it. So I'm not saying that you should go broke. So rechannel your name, work together and do something together. So in creative thinking, there's something I always like to mention there. It's one of my main quotes. To empower ourselves to think out of the box, we might never be able to think without the box. And that's one of my favorite quotes. People will be complaining that Nigeria is bad, but you don't forget that someone is still building. Here's the person saving money. Someone is still buying a car. Here's that person saving money, and you are here complaining. So this is it. Look at the products you guys can create among yourselves within this circle. Don't leave HSP. Don't just go and say we graduated and we are good. Go and think of a product. Come and meet HSP and say, please, can you help us with this? Can you help us with this? What they can offer, they will. What they can't offer, they will recommend where you can get support. Look at products. A lot of time we look for jobs because we are wired to look for jobs. I left service 2009 and I've never regretted for once. I left one of the main and very lucrative government parastatal. I never regretted. And this concept is, my own psychology is, I only need one naira from 1 million people. Unfortunately, I didn't have up to 1 million people on my software. But I have a software that has 475 schools across Africa. And each student pay 1,000 naira to use my edtech. So, of course, you know that you cannot have, I cannot, per subscription, the least subscription is 1,000 naira. 1,000 naira, no school will have less than 100. So do the math. So the concept is, don't small piecemeal. Don't look for a contract. Don't go and write a budget of 10 million, 20 million, 15 million. Where are you running to? Take it easy. The money will come. It is better to come steady. Slow, steady, and very satisfying than it is rushing and rush out. And some of us, me, I don't even like to be in the public. You know that I have to just come and honor this. I don't like to be in the public. I just want to be the back end. I want to do the thinking. So creative thinking surpasses anything. So go and drive it home. Let me tell you that the mystery of mindset is a very key thing. And your mindset will decide how you will live your life. There is one particular statement that says God will not put a burden that is beyond you on you. That means if that burden is given to you, it is a trial. If you are hungry right now, it's a trial for you to think of something to do that will make you have money to buy good food. Right? So,
It's just, this is like a university. Not everybody that did law is a noble course. But not everybody that did law that became a son. Some people were just started and being lawyers. And that's how they ended their life. Some did medicine. Well, one of my very humble story. I left medicine, I think maybe about 3 or 4 years. My father was almost disowning me. I have a friend in the house. He knows my father. He is a very tough man. A very tough man. He was almost disowning me. But I had my way to check and I'm there, happy. So the psychology is this. You have to decide the mindset necessary you want to go to. So there is one first mindset is the problem mindset. And the problem mindset says, why are these things happening? You always complain, why is this again? Why is this again? The second mindset says the imaginary mindset. You will keep imagining and you say, what can we do? What should we do? But there is a solution mindset that says, I have an idea. That's the thinking I want you to have. There's a problem everywhere. There's housing problem now. You have software department among you. You have UI UX department. Come up with a solution, a portal that will enable landlords to list their property without agencies. Because agencies apparently are taking 70% of the money you want to pay for rent. Do you understand the game now? And what will happen? Agents, look, in any eco space, you are going to solve a problem creating another. So you are going to create a problem for them. And you will be able to solve problems of people who really need accommodation. Because if you see a house of 1 million naira now, agency can go as much as maybe 400, 500. So have a solution mindset. So now, what question I want to ask you now is, what are you thinking right now? Can it solve a problem? And is it doable? There are about 7 Ds I always refer to, but among the 7 Ds, I will just mention the 3 out of them. Number 1 is discover. Discover something that works. Discover an idea. And you can just be a discoverer all through your life. You don't have to be a developer. It is here that we are all jack of all trades and we are master of none. Same this place in Africa, precisely maybe Nigeria, you see one person doing the job of the UI UX, the developer, the deployer, the marketer, and everything. You can just be a discoverer, and all you do majorly is what? You can sell your ideas. I think I have 3 ideas that are sold this year. 2 to government agencies and 1 to the private sector. And I'll collect my paycheck. I don't know if they will use the idea or they will not use it. My own is to come up with the idea, give them the PDFs, do the analysis, give them how it will generate IGR. That's what they want to hear. And I leave. Are we together? So if you are a discoverer, you need someone who is a developer. And the skills you have right now, I think the discoverer are majorly in the UI UX and the data analyst. They are going to go and research into the problem. They are going to come up with profound solutions. They are going to give it to the data analyst, who give it to the UI UX developers to see what they can do about it. Then they go to the next one, which is develop. The second is develop. If you are not a discoverer, don't kill yourself thinking. You can either be a thinker or an organizer. Go and join people who are thinking. Take what they are thinking, have a share, and co-create. Are we together? The last one of the D is you can be a deployer. A lot of people, okay, when you go to Globe now, Globe is not the one cooking the food. Food is not the one cooking the food. They are just a middleman between the food seller and the buyer, and they are taking their money. And let me tell you something, in the old world, agency solutions have the biggest revenue. Agency solution have the, because it's concurrent and it's recurrent. So you are never broke. So that's what you should have at the back of your mind. There is a process to progress that I have here that I want to share with you. You can note it. Step 1 says, pick a field. Don't multi-learn. You have just learned for 3 months. That same course you might be learning in the next 5 years, and you would still not have learned it all, but you would have become an authority. Amidst everything I do, I'm first a web developer. That's where I started from. And when I look at some websites, I will tell you, I say, it's very fine, but it can't survive. You know why? It's going to have SEO problem. It's very fine, it's beautiful. Have you looked at multinational websites? They are very simple, not too much animation, not too much colors. But when you are looking for something around what they do, they come up. They save a lot of money from Google ads. They don't have to do sponsored ads because their website is well built. The algorithm is right. The description, the keywords are proper. So it's not about the tool that you have learned, it's about how you use the tool. So like on the process to progress, I said, number 1, pick a field, don't multitask. The second one is set a schedule. Don't just start. You have to say, if it is 2 hours you want to do, let everybody know in your house that 2 hours between 8 and 10, this person is on that system. You cannot distract her. You cannot. So set a schedule and be consistent. The next one is, well, the best way to learn is to pay, and that's why you have those courses there. Things that HSP is trying to subsidize for you. Look, if education is expensive, I beg try ignorance. If you can't invest in yourself, then what are you doing in life? Look, it is because I'm coming to this event and dressing like this. If you meet me on a normal day, I'm either a farmer or my bicycle. Because the only thing that takes my money is knowledge. And one of the books I will recommend for you in this class is The Power of Winning Now. The Power of Winning Now. It's a very nice book. Try and pick it and read. Another one, it's that, sorry, I'm not doing adverts for UI shop, but it's there if you want to buy. Because I've recommended it for a lot of people. It's a blue cover book. It's a very nice book. It's going to transform your thinking. The next one is volunteer to help. Don't just be looking for money. Volunteer to help. Because you know why? In volunteerism comes a lot of money. Look at your community. I'm sure there is a problem you can solve. Let me tell you 3 problems that always happen in any community that you can solve as a team here. Because maybe you might have to break them into group, and possibly if they can hold on for who is interested among them, a subsidiary, maybe like 5 business names for them. This is one of the things that would help them scale. Those among them that are willing to try entrepreneurship, create a 5 business name for them in different sectors, group them, one UI UX person. I will be willing to support them for free, consulting for them for free. If you start 5 business names, let's one focus on health issues. Another one on edutech or educational issue. People, you don't need to do edutech, but still in the educational circle. Let me tell you one problem that always happens when students leave school. It's homework issue. Right? If parents know that there is an app you can go that will assist children on homework, not tutorial here, just homework, you know they will subscribe. Because a lot of parents don't have time. As a matter of fact, in my house, anything that I have to do with math, I'll just avoid it. When my kids bring it, I'll do anything that I have to do with math. Go and need some money. But if there is a solution that you can create around that, why not? Look at your community. They have a gigantic issue. They don't know who lives here. So someone is coming in at 12 a.m. and you'll be like, I'm probably going to beat him. So there is no database, you can create one. Let me leave you with this word. You will never, ever grow if you want to go alone. Go with people, some will betray you, and some will stand by you. Either way, you are going to live on. Life is like marriage. You meet people either to form a union forever or to divorce them or to separate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We are going to do that one and we are going to include so our business consultants now. One of our business consultants. Thank you so much, sir. I know they have something to quickly tell us before we move to the next presentation. Okay, we went on within a very short. We started late, so we won't be loud. We started with this late, so she has something to tell us and motherly counsel too.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. Well, I'm so excited to actually come on here to share with you guys. I've listened to the speakers, we have listened to the academic, that's the professor as well. We have listened to the business person, and also we have listened to you. What I just want to be is that we should have mentors. You cannot grow without mentors. And I'm happy that, when she told us that the age range of you guys are between 16 and 65. Learning, we keep learning. In fact, I learned more from your generation because I know that your generation have a lot to give us in tech. So please, let's keep learning. And this mindset thing, I can do it. Some of us might have been working or you have not worked before. Please, the next person sitting to you might be your business partner. When you look at some of these people that have made it, like 3 weeks ago, I was in the summit in Egypt, and they brought in the I don't know if you guys know him, the Twitter big guy. I actually don't really know much about him, and I went to him, and he said he floated Twitter with his friends after he finished from school in Canada, and he has floated a lot of organizations. So please, your classmates, your housemates here, you can form organizations together.
Yes.
I've listened to 2 presenters. I'm actually very pleased with the way they presented. The lady that presented, because when you present yourself matters a lot. You might have a technical skill, and I tell you today, the technical skills does take, let me just say 40%, while your soft skills take 60%. The way you present yourself. So please, let's go and learn more. I had to go for a class in diction and public speaking. You can also, Google and do a lot of things to get more, to get to learn more on how you make your presentation. And I'm so glad that the guy that presented the cloud project said they came up together as a team. That's how it starts. So please, let's not relent. I know there are no jobs. Yes, when I came in, they said, how many of you want to work in KPMG? How many people get jobs in KPMG? How many people get jobs in, with the government? But now, you see guys not even well read. I was following this MC Lord, what's his name? This MC Lord. And these tech guys are making a lot of money, and it starts here. So please and please, and I also want to talk to the ladies. Please, you see, I am a woman in tech advocate, and I encourage women in tech. We are very few. Please, like if you look at how many of you out of the 100 are girls, you see that we are very few. So please, let's not be discouraged. What a man can do. What a man can do. A woman can do better. So please, let's come together as women. You can also form teams with you guys, and you can form teams together. Let's not be discouraged. And I'm assuring you that all our some of our programs, even there's one coming up now that we are trying to invite, I've invited the people in the ecosystem. Students are also encouraged to join. So I'm giving 5 students to come and also learn. It's adopting the National Inter-Economic Union and the e-governance bill. So it's happening at Go to on Tuesday. So we come with Madam Cecilia, 5 of you, to come and also see how things are done. And you can even, and networking is very important because there you meet people that are in the industry, you share for them, you learn from them, because the major thing that even makes you to grow is networking. What that we know today is because we came together and we are doing things together. So please don't relent. People that you are together in the class, let them continue. They are not saying that we should form a group. So please, let's form a group. Nigeria, we know there are no jobs now, but we can all make it. And not everybody will japa, because everybody is doing japada now.
Yes. Yes.
They are japading now. Yes. It's not easy there too. Nigeria, see, I tell people, me, I cannot go abroad. I go, yes, to go for holidays, but there are a lot of opportunities. And it's just through innovations that you bring. He has told you a lot of, if you have jotted down, he has told you areas that you can actually develop. Yes, you can have 10 failures. One of those things can make you. So I wish you all the best and continue.
Thank you so much, DevOps. 3 minutes. Yes.
But they may not know what DevOps is all about. It's about development and operation. We are like the middleman between software developer and the operators. So, if you look at what, from the definition, you can say it's a collaborative approach that combines software development and IT operation to streamline the software delivery lifecycle. What makes DevOps unique is the fact that everything is automated and it makes the job to be faster and easier. We have various tools that we can use in DevOps. We have GIT, AWS, Docker, Chef, and so many of them. So, what do you think are the importance of DevOps in software teams? It makes your work to be faster and time to market, to improve collaboration, it has higher quality software, scalability and reliability, and others. So this leads us to what we call continuous delivery and continuous integration. You know, our coding is DevOps is always automated. So as we produce a ready-made code, and also we have to automate and match testing of code changes. So why do we use CI/CD then? For faster delivery of features and updates, higher software quality through automated testing, and so many reasons. I think this is the first part of our project. I would like to call on my colleague to come and give us the second part. Thank you.
Say on therefore, lay emphasis on collaboration and automation. So this is what our environment setup. We call it CICD pipeline. We are a developers or developer. Those who are building the application, writing the code, and all of that. So we have what we call is a shared repository where we use the function of we call Git. So each developer will push their code on that shared repository. Then with the configuration file in their code, it will automate. I mean, it will build and test and push to the work to the production. Let's try this. So out of this work, How does it work? So if you don't put their code to fashion control, that is the share. So from here, this code was built and tested, and with the help of a configuration file in that code, it triggered the pipeline and send it to production. Let's get this. Now this is how it works. You know, before the adoption of the DevOps, we have what we call waterfall model. And this waterfall model is a linear sequential lifecycle development model, whereby from start to finish it's sequential. There's no check, there's no other changes, update, and so on and so forth. Now, in waterfall, there's no room for changes, there's no room for updating. If you have any error in waterfall model, you have to start all over. You will not test what you are building, you have to finish all the processing. After that, if there is error after testing, you have to go back and redesign. It's always the same process to finish. Now, with the adoption of DevOps, we have this workflow. Developer build the code, then send it to the repository. This repository may have a configuration file that we check and build the code, test the integration test and unit test, everything. If it is okay, it will now move and go to production. If there is a flaw on that code, it will send back to the developer to make changes. Because now we push to share repository. Let's like this now. Now what are the benefits? The benefit of data is speed, it is faster. Instead of being processing again, it is faster. As I develop it, checking the errors, and you're fixing the error immediately and send it to production. There's the quality. So the error starts at any stage. So the listening there, everything there. Let's try it. Now what happens when things build without effort? You can see why we are not level the benefit. So if we are not building without level, we will see what happens. Building something without level often leads to inefficiency, delay, and quality issues that hold the team back. You can see slow development and increase errors above, long and difficulty to scale, and so on and so forth. Now, we have some real world companies that have adopted this method and what they have gained from this adoption. So we are all familiar with transfer, we are all familiar with Netflix, we are all familiar with Google. Say, Netflix, they adopt them and they can deploy thousands of changes. That's why you see changes in every time. You see your app like this, you see changes. You see other changes. You see other changes. So they deploy every time. So also for Amazon. Amazon deploy 11.7 seconds on average. They keep on using because those are going to be level. Next slide. Now, it is possible to build software without level. But it is like running a race without the best gear. You will still finish, but you might not be as fast, efficient, or prepared as you could. DevOps isn't just about fighting problems, it is about unlocking potential. If a team is already successful, and the developer can take them to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'll later bring in Mr. Lee Wosi to tell us the human resources. What are your interviewers expecting from you? How do you package your portfolio? It's very important. You are going for internship now. Okay? How do you package your CV properly? How do you come in for an interview? And he's a human resources expert. Just under 3 minutes, he will just talk to us. Okay. He said there's so much. Can you just ask specific questions? You can
listen maybe 5 or 10 minutes.
5 to
10 minutes.
and so they let them listen to me.
Okay, so I was thinking probably it would be much more interactive and I'll be able to address specific issues if you ask me specific questions. Because when you ask me now that how can you prepare for an interview, what do interviewers look for when they are interviewing prospective candidates, I cannot think of where to even start. Because if I start talking now and I say,
I just finished learning. Knowing fully well that I'll do transportation and so on to come do the job, how do I sustain that?
Thank you very much for the question, sir. Let me just be frank with you. In my organization, we do take interns, and we don't pay them. We don't pay them because what they are coming to do is that they are coming to learn. And the amount of time that goes into training people is something that sometimes you cannot quantify in terms of price and cost. In fact, sometimes I'm always a bit cautious taking more interns that I can handle. Because when you bring in interns, you don't just want them to just sit there and just be looking. You want to involve them in team activities and what you're doing. But you find that in the process of doing that, you will have to engage them. Because part of why they are there is that they have to learn, and they learn by doing. Now, the challenge with those kind of team involvement is that it will slow down what you are doing. If I have like 2 different people that are very experienced working a particular project, they can get it done within 2 days. If I'm putting interns to join with them, to work with them, and I want them to carry the interns along, the time it will take will extend. So all those are things the organization also consider when they are interns. So when you are going for an interview as an intern, don't go in with the mindset of what am I going to learn. Because they are going to be giving you a lot. They are going to be creating room for you so that they can carry you along, they can train you, they can expose you to so many things. There are times when I give some interns jobs to do and they will spend the whole week doing them. Now, if I have a deadline, I won't dare do that. Because I'll be able to, meet that timeline. So there's a lot. But what we do is that we make sure that we cover cost of consultations and things like that so that they'll be able to come to work. We also balance between working remotely and working on site. So we factor all those in. So to make this much more easier, we have interns working currently in the organization now. And basically the way we work, Mondays and Fridays we work remotely. Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday we work on site. So that's how we balance things up. So please, as an intern, the first thing you are going for is you're going to learn. You're not going to learn. And that will help you to build your portfolio, it will help you to build your years of experience and expose you to how things are done within the corporate environment. Thank you.
So another question, sir. How long do I intern to know that I'm fit enough to either discuss salary with my or for a paid job, sir? How long? Thank you for asking those questions.
So I will speak from my, some organization they have a specific timeline for your internship. So some will say 3 months, some will say 6 months. At the end of that period of time, you are free to go. Sometimes we even take interns, not just from graduates or people that are still in school. Maybe in most institutions now, especially if you are in computer science and all the related courses, you are expected to go for salaries and internship and all the stuff. So there are specific months. In our organization, we do 3 months and we do 6 months. We do 3 months largely and 6 months for people that are still students, they are still in school. For those that are coming after, it is something that we negotiate with them. Now, the most important thing, like there's an incident that happened recently where somebody came to an organization to intern and said a problem. You know, it was, okay, first time he came to an organization was during, when he was still in school. So after his graduation, he came back and said that I would like to come before the service here so that he can learn more. And I said, no problem. After coming back, within some few weeks, he started feeling that he has mastered everything. You know, so he's wanted to start out on his own. And I looked at some of the things that he had done, and I realized that if he's going to go into the marketplace, the level of skills that he has attained, he's not going to be able to survive. So I had to tell him, you have to slow down. Now, he will be expecting to go for service next year. We have concluded that if he gets to serve in Ibadan, he can serve and can continue his internship in the organization. So until I feel comfortable and I know that he has mastered the basic to go out there and begin to work on his own, then I can say, I think your internship is over. But we can now discuss and say, okay, do you want to convert your internship into employed paid services working for this organization, or do you want to work as a freelancer whereby you leave the organization or you still work with us from time to time on a contractual basis? So that's how we do it. But the most important is that you need to be patient and you need to listen to the person that is supervising and is training you, and don't think that you do everything. You know, sometimes Nigeria people want to get out there and start making money fast. I understand, but it doesn't work like that.
I just wanted to you will work free. But so it's good to you see, it's just this Gen Z thing in us that we always want to make money as fast as possible. Let's be patient and we get there with a lot of patience. You see, what he said that guy felt he had known. But you have to continue to learn from people. Do that those things. In fact, my son was an example. When he finished, his brother said, he said, can I work for you? Can I work for you? He slapped me. Because he has to learn. What do you know? And he worked for almost a year. Immediately you got a job. So no matter what, when you continue to be patient, naturally God does lead you to where you're going to. You will serve people and God will lead you. Thank you.
Okay, may I also add that your period of internship is actually when the learning begins. Because you see, when you're going to be training, mostly it's theoretical and okay, then you do a capstone project and all of that. But the actual learning starts when you get your hands on real life projects. Not real life projects that you design, no. Real life projects that a client brings to the company and you are challenged by it. That is when the learning starts. So even if they are not paying you or they are not giving you so much, they are paying you indirectly. Because you are getting trained for free. And when you are learning, it's not all about tech. You are learning how your boss interacts with clients. You are learning how to engage with stakeholders. You are learning how to get a job done. You are learning how to overcome challenges. Okay, when we are stuck, what do we do? When the deadline is here, how does my boss handle it? How does he handle the clients? Those are things that you can never learn under training in any edtech or whatever. So, your internship period is part of your learning period. When you have that at the back of your mind, I think it makes it easier to navigate. Because you don't ask for lecturers for transport fare, do you? No, you don't. So this is another lecturer on the job. So whatever they give you, it's like an icing on the cake. And you should accept it with gratitude. Because they are going to be pouring into you. They are going to be teaching you what it really is. Now you are going to actually code and sweat. Because this has to work. It's not like, oh, this assignment didn't work and then we can package and submit. This one has to run. Because this is the livelihood of your client and it needs you to deliver. Do you get what I'm saying? So internship is part of learning. If you get any opportunity anywhere, please try it with your two hands. And look for your transport fare if they are not going to give you. Because it's all part of learning. That is the real learning time. If you have anybody that gives you anything, appreciate it. And look that will come when you have the total package. When you now have your, what I call my children, your bargaining chip. Until then, stay humble, and then you get under 2 minutes, attitude. Being a UI UX designer is something, being a software developer is something, but your attitude to work matters a lot. Not all of us are going to stand out as freelancers. We've been told to be creative, but with the economy that we are in, you have to be creative on one side and start earning on another side. Meaning, most of us are going to work with companies, we are going to work with interns, we are going to have full-time jobs. But you know that there are people who start out as interns and he works by himself and say, please come and work full time. It's about the attitude, not about what they can deliver at job. Your attitude matters a lot because whatever you want to achieve in life, somebody has to be in the room speaking for you. Is it a job that you want? Someone at that table has to believe in you. Is it a contract that you want? Someone has to speak on your behalf, whether you like it or not. Somebody has to like you. And liking you is not about eye service or something. It's about your records. All of us want money, fine. But while you are wanting your money, what is your attitude to work? What is your attitude to human relationship? Because that's what's going to keep you above the waters. Be confident, but don't be proud. Tech people have that tendency to be proud. Because they feel they are the creative, we own the world, tech is the new thing. So you start telling $7,000 per month and then you will not hear what they pay. And then next month you can't spend like that because you have mixed pride. And then that client doesn't want you again. Because most of the jobs that you get, they are by referrals. Whether you like it or not. I started out as a web developer. Until today, I have not spent a dime on advertising website development. I even get scared of advertising because when they come, I can't handle all of them. It's by doing a job for one person. Because after my training, I just started developing websites like a mad person. Because if you mention it's close to me, I just pay, I need the website. I will build for you. That's where I was doing it. And someone just happened to come across one that I did for myself. And he said, can you do it for me? She said, can you do this for me? And then I said, yes. And she was the first person that paid me to do a website. I did that website, then she started calling all her friends. If you want to get the job done, that's the lady to do it too. And they asked her, hey, what's the relationship between agriculture and tech and websites? But and it is not because her website was good. Her website was good, fine. Attitude. I tell people my stories. I worked with so many companies. My foray into tech was, I think it started when I was doing my master's and somebody gave me a desktop as a gift. And I said, please, can I do business with it? And then I opened a business center in Western Bank. That was it. My first phone, I used it for business center. I don't know what to do with me and business. But then the real thing, I started as a counselor at IHT, a American company in Abuja. Now, I'm going my story, when I talk about attitude, I sack in quotes my employers. Nobody gets to sack. Because every time and everywhere that I have worked, whenever I say I want to go, they will always be like, so what do we do to you? Do you want more pay? Do you want higher pay? And it has to do with attitude. The first job that I left, that's IHC, that is that company that I left. The day I left my job, the day I resigned, that same day I got another job. Because my boss's friend came and sat at my front on the visitor's chair and said, do you really want to grow? I said, yes. He said, why do you want to grow? I can't work with my boss again. He said, why? I said, because he's pushing me too much. Because naturally, I do my best. Anything you have to give me to do, I do 200%. So if you are pushing me to do more, you want me to give myself? So if you are not satisfied, that means me. So I said, I'm still going to work, but I can't work with your friend again, an Indian man. I know the way Indians work. So he said, please, come and work for me. Because he has been coming to our office. He said, if all you do for them is what you can do, come to my office and work. So I left this office on Friday and removed me. So he said, okay, what do you want? Do you want more pay? I said, no. What do you want? I said, I want to close early. Is that all you want? I said, yes. And there's a standing rule that any job that comes into the office must be done before anybody leaves. If it's 7 o'clock, the UK visa application center will be data entry. So here are Nigerian passport. It must not sleep in the office. You must get to the embassy. So we used to close late sometimes. And I said, I can't keep doing it. That the only thing that can make me remain is let me close by 4. He said, you know it's not possible. So let me go. He said, I can't let you go. I said, so what do we do? He said, okay, you know what you do for me? He said, you want to close at all, right? I said, yes. You can close at all, but don't tell anybody. Because it's a long-standing rule at the office. He said, don't tell anybody. For somebody to allow you to be doing that, there's something they saw. I didn't know it from anywhere. Do you understand? And so I started closing at 4. But guess what? The work that I would do, why closing at 4? Those who will close at 7, they can't do it. They couldn't do it. So they couldn't talk. So once I close at 4, I carry my bag, and then I will not look at his office. I will look at the door as if I was just sneaking out. Meanwhile, I was wondering, how will you sneak out when there's CCTV and everything? Do you understand? And I did that for over a year, closing at 4. And I will still do more than those who close at 7. Do you understand what I'm saying? Be on top of your game all the time. Be so valuable that nobody would want to let you go. Eventually, when I was going to give the office, when I got my salary got up. Now, the first time that this man came to hire me from my office, he gave me exactly double my salary. So when I got another offer to double my salary, I came in and I said I wanted to go. He said I should collect my resignation letter. We're now pushing my resignation letter to each other like that. He said, collect that, I need to take it. He said he couldn't take it. Can you try and be that valuable to whatever company you are working with? Can you know so much, please, and behave like somebody that doesn't know so much? Now, I do not say work like somebody that doesn't know so much. Work like somebody that knows so much. But put your head down. Be confident, but be humble at the same time, because it will help you. Nobody wants to relate with a proud person. Attitude to work, very, very important. They give you a job to do, you are doing it as if you are doing the person who gave you a favor. Even if it is free, even if you are an intern, you don't have the right to do a job anyhow, because there are 1,001 people who are willing to do that job. And you being given that job as an intern is an opportunity. Why don't you grab it with both hands? And like they said, you heard what everybody said. Internship is a time for learning. That's not the time to start to stay at home and say you are waiting for who will pay you 100,000, 200,000 that they will not be able to maintain. Your attitude to work, don't get to work late. Don't deliver late, especially as we are working in teams. Because your whole team is depending on you, on your performance. Everybody is interwoven. So don't be relaxed about your own work and say, it's anytime I do it. No. Be sensitive to the need of your team. Nobody wants to hire somebody who is not on top of their game. Anybody can learn anything, but bad attitude cannot be easily curtailed. Let us train ourselves. If you know that your attitude is not so good, you may think you're a good person, but by the time people start complaining, you should know that there's something wrong. There are courses to take, courses on soft skills that you can take, courses that will teach you time management, communication, people skills, public speaking. Don't take them. There's a lot to learn. Now, I gave my example. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. I just use that as an example because I can change that to tell you my bad parts because I have some bad parts. But I just use that as an example because I feel that there is something that they saw. And be resilient. Be resilient. Don't give up so easily. Because Nigeria will not give anything to you easily. You are the one who will be ready to take it by force. Like I told the Lautech students yesterday, it's a war now between what you deserve and what the country is willing to give to you. And then what the globe is willing to give to you. Be resilient. Don't give up easily. Now, all of us are in this class and we have like 100 people graduating. How many people are going to be practicing in the next 6 months? Some people will just give their certificates under the pillow. This thing is not as easy as you thought. You understand? Why some will move forward? And then you next 5 years, I don't show so please, let's have the right attitude to work, and we see that everything will work out fine. So I wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you so much. Your attitude is your getaway. There are some people that have worked with as a person that said I don't want to work with them anymore. Why? The attitude. They don't obey. Usually for this everything we just finish now. There are some people that you work with, like they have attitude, we don't be able to work with them anymore. I'm under authority in giving instruction, and I'm passing instruction to you. You cannot do it anyhow because I cannot do it anyhow. I'm under the federal government, issuing instruction, and I'm passing the same instruction to you. You may not know the intricacies, but your own is to do it, just go obey. Because once you go obey and offended, I won't be able to deliver to people that are higher than you. So we may not know the reason why they ask us to do what we want to do. But to us it's just to do what? Obey and follow. If you are not okay with it, you are more than just brother. If you need to leave a place, leave peacefully. It's very important. Nobody will be in a place permanently. It's starting. But make sure you have a good relationship because you never can tell. You may need their father letter. Don't be so full of yourself. I want to do you. It's not all about money. The 3MTT we are doing today, we are not in for the money. People don't want to this, but the money they are paying us is not as when I have my own students. It's lower than what I will collect as a person. But we are making profile, we are working towards something. You can look at the future, we can gather it again later for better contract, a better one. Do you understand? That's the reason behind it. The money is small, I cannot do this one, we have to give to plan. So please, let's take it to that. Let's take it over that. Please, 2 minutes. 3 minutes. We always have security.
Thank you very much. All the people is Gili Ota. My name is George. From cyber security, we just want to have a little demonstration this morning. We all use password. I guess we all use password, right? So, and what my guy was saying the other time is that yes, regular security that we used to have, like putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, using our phone number, our security, and the like. So, as a bad guy, I can easily penetrate into your security and do whatever I like and steal your data, steal your credentials and everything. So we want to do brute force now. So now, I just want to create a policy where I can have the environment to work with. I've done that. So now, my organ here, as the owner of the application website, wants to put the details here. Put the details. That's my name. Now, she has logged into the system. So me as a bad guy now, I'm form of God. I just want to infiltrate into the system. I really want to get the password of this. So you enter the exit. Okay. Now I can easily see what she has entered as password here, and the password she used is promise. So, being a bad guy, she wants to enter into the system. We have some of the maybe it's a good password. The guy I'm working out. I'm just having the password. Okay. Put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's have one more. And that's all. Okay. How do you know that? Then we come here. I'm trying to enter some details now. Okay, so at the end of the day, I'm noting that the password of this whole website is just password.
Are you done? Okay. Let's
my faults as well. Alright, so about we tagged it a while back. based on the fact that it's still in the process, still trying to get very fitting name for it. And the idea behind it is because I work with Oyo State Student for Adult and Non-Formal Education. I saw a gap that we can actually work on, and I tend to also collaborate. Myself and my team tend to collaborate with the Oyo State Students for Adult and Non-Formal Education. Alright, so what's this gap? The gap is, yes, they bring in people to come physical class, to have physical class, to have their classes, those that don't have any basic knowledge. We don't call them literate, we call them non-literates. So they don't have any knowledge, although they want to, but they don't have the resources at hand and all of that. And it's not as if that these people cannot utilize their phones. When you look at them very well, some of them can actually utilize their phones. So why can't we work on these people? Because most of them also don't have time to actually come to a physical class to come and learn. So why can't they also learn at their own pace? And that is why we intend to build this app. So
presenting on behalf of product management track. So yes, we are presenting our capstone project, which is named Cadra Invest. So Cadra Invest is investing at the snap of your finger. And what problem do we identify? We identify that most of us, we don't invest. Okay, let me ask, how many of us have savings? Like this year, how many of us saved a particular amount of money? How many of us? Okay, so yes, I understand the fact that yes, we are trying to survive to the little weekend, but yet there's still a gap that we need to bridge. That's investment. So we are meant to invest in the little income that we have. That's why Cadra Invest is here to help you. So our assumption, we believe that most people think investing is for the wealthy and for the most privileged. We believe many people would love to invest, but they don't have adequate knowledge about it. And we believe this product, Cadra Invest, we serve as a chance for the average Nigerian like us to start investing. You don't need to break it, but I really wish you can see my slides. Yes, there. So I'm in the fourth slide. You don't need to break the bank to invest. So the problem identification is the average Nigerian like you and me, we lack the proper understanding of how investment in stock and shares work. I know most of us here, we have iPhones, we have Samsung phones, but we know that we can actually own a unit of these companies' shares, and that would actually help us to make more money. To make more. So who are our target audience? Our target audience are graduates. We are graduating today, so yes, we are our target audience. So young professionals as well. We have tech-savvy individuals. We also have entrepreneurs. So what's the product idea? Why am I talking about Cadra Invest? So Cadra Invest is a mobile application designed to provide investment opportunities for everyone, regardless of your income. If you're earning as low as 50,000 naira, you can actually set aside maybe 5,000 naira every month and make sure that you're able to invest this money. And at the end of the year, you have so much return on investment. So that's why Cadra Invest is here to help you. So the goal is also to ensure that instead of you going to the bank to ask for about investing and all of that, you can actually invest at the snap of your finger through the application. So what are our features and our functionalities? So we have the investment dashboard. That is when you try investing, you'll be able to access the money section, push notification, and you also need to provide your KYC. You need to know who you are as a customer. So you also have access to investment education. Most of us, we don't know what investment is all about, and we are really losing on this. So Cadra Invest is here to help you. So we also have investment tips on the app where you'll be able to access financial literacy resources, where you'll also be able to know what is trending, how you can reach out to all of these companies and invest in their company. We also have gamification because I know the average Nigerian, we all love to play games. So you can also play games on this application and also win and earn as well. So who is our user personnel? Now we are all graduating and we're seeking for internship opportunities. I know that if we get internship opportunities, we will be able to make money from that. So you can as well use part of this money that you get to invest in companies through this application, which is Agile Invest. So competitive analysis, I know most of you have heard of Zenpress Wealth, RiseVest, Bamboo. These are also investment platforms. Agile Invest is very different in the sense that we make you understand what you're investing in before you start investing. So yes, what next? You can join our wait list now. And I actually want you all to repeat after me. In 2025, no matter what I earn, I must invest in Agile Invest. Thank you so much.
I love it. Because, I said it. Presentation skills matters a lot. Even if I don't want to buy your product, I must invest. So, continue with the time. This guy will be the beginning of more success to your product.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, I just want to say this, and I want to make a public commitment. You guys are doing something wonderful. I know you will be doing a lot of remote collaboration, and to foster it, we will still work with HSP. I think we at Leaders Hub, we offer co-workspace. Between now and January 30th, any of you that want to come and use the workspace will only pay 50% of the capacity.
It's very cheap. It's very cheap. It is, I think, 500 per hour.
300 naira per hour, 1.5 for a whole day. Unlimited access to internet and 24 hours power supply.
Can we give a standing ovation? Thank you so much. Okay, you guys, let me just bring another one to us.
Sorry, something just crossed my mind now. As you guys are presenting, this presentation, and the earlier presentation, one that has to do with the app. Yes, I would just like to quickly drop this for those of you that are going to be pitching your ideas to people and organizations and investors. I want you to go and research and do some work on something they call non-disclosure agreement, NDAs. And I also want you to learn about copyrights. I want you to learn about licensing and all those things, intellectual property, right protection. Because those are going to help you going forward. Because you need to protect yourself. When you take your ideas out and you are pitching it to people, you need to be able to protect yourself such that they will not turn you down, and then 2 months, 6 months later, you see the same product being marketed. That's all.
Please let's note that. Okay? Very few words. So let's note that. Yes.
I represented of patient rehabilitation status. Like, often some people when they are admitted to the hospital and some days after, maybe after their discharge, they will be readmitted again. So what we work on and with the data that we have is patient rehabilitation status. So and the goal is to know the rehabilitation status of patients. If patients will be rehabilitated after 30 days, because we work with 30 days free. So if the patient will be rehabilitated after 30 days, okay, so that was what we work for. So and the data points, the data we use as 1,000 data points. So we see the data, we ensure that there is no outlier, there is no missing value. So that was the first thing that we did. Then we now visualize the data to see the relationship between the the features that we have. So after doing that, we now select, then we selected the model that we want to use. So we selected random forest and logistic regression, okay, due to the nature of the data that we had. So, and we trained the model with 70% of the data that we have. Then we test the model. Also, after testing the model was fine-tuned. Then we now validate the model with the remaining 10% of the data, and the accuracy of the model was improved. So initially, in the first stage, it was like 50-something percent. Then after fine-tuning, the accuracy improved to 74%. So that was what we worked on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have actually project what they did for. We are trying to see. So you are years ago.
My name is Adebayo. We are from UX. So we are working on barber shop. The name of our app is Fine Cut. So from this application, user are able to book for barber appointments, and also barber can also track see their appointment they have on the application and see the kind of service they want to render on the application. So this application has two user interface. That is user interface and the barber interface. So the barber are able to register on the app, register their shop, and see the appointments they have. And also, a user that is very busy, like a professional that is very busy, and don't know where to get the barber shop close to the locality, can also go on the app and check out the barber close to them. Thank you very much.
You see this market you are just